Number 7, Mary watches herself in the mirror as she speaks about going to the store. The film version gives us a really clear visual of her as she's um, literally watching herself in a mirror. So we have to figure out what this event reveals about her. So what does this say about her? She is fully unhinged and about to commit murder. Okay, well, number 1, she's actually pretty calm as she's watching herself in the mirror. So I don't want to say she's unhinged. And about to commit murder, she's already committed the murder. So both parts of A is wrong, can't be A. She has to practice what she'll say at the store to avoid suspicion. Okay, that's a possibility because she's watching herself and she's talking in the mirror. So that could be interpreted as practicing. We know she's already committed the murder, so it's likely that she's trying to avoid suspicion that it was her. So that's a possibility. C, she is full of anger. No, she's quite calm once again. So I don't think, like A, she's not unhinged, she's not angry. It's not that she can barely hold it in. So I'm starting to think that it's definitely B, because these things just aren't true if you rewatch that part. She is trying not to sob from the loss of her husband. She's actually pretty calm. So the answer for 7 is B. Number 8, in both versions, we don't get a sense of why. Okay, why is a key word here. Why Mary kills her husband besides his cheating. So we do get that moment. We don't have a lot of backstory. We don't know what the couple's marriage is like other than this one evening. That isn't a normal reaction for most people. Most people who are betrayed in this way do not then kill the person. What do you think the author's trying to tell us then? So why would the author create a character that's done something so very drastic? So this one is author's purpose. A, the author may be trying to teach us about how women were treated. Okay, that part to me is a possibility because I know the story is in the 1950s, most likely, where women were kind of expected to be at home and be silent. They were largely ignored as people. So Mary may have felt desperate beyond the ability to think clearly. Okay, one reason I possibly like this answer is, hey, it's explaining how women were treated and that they were largely ignored, which I can agree with. Mary, so not all women. I don't think the author is talking about all women. I think the author is giving us one character, one viewpoint, and that she may have felt desperate. I do think that desperation was a possibility because maybe she felt like she couldn't do anything else and her life as she knew it was completely over. She's not thinking clearly. It just kind of shows her, like the story, with that leg of lamb, and just whacking him over the head. So to me, that's a possibility. The author is most likely trying to teach us about mental illness. I don't think that mental illness is a topic overall in this. I think there is a very, very clear event that leads Mary to act in this way. I don't think that Mary is a psychotic person with a history of behavior like this. I think this is related to the event and not to just Mary. So I would not choose B. The author may be trying to emphasize that women were mistreated. Okay, that's kind of like answer A, so I want to keep reading. And so justified in killing their husbands. I don't think the author is trying to tell us that women should kill their husbands, because to be justified means there's a good reason for it. I don't think the author is trying to tell us to go out and commit murder when we feel betrayed. I think that's a little too extreme. So it's not C. The author may be trying to emphasize that women had no other choice than to kill. I think that's too much like answer C. I don't think the author's trying to show us readers that this was the only thing, the only option that women had, because society ignored them. I think these two answers are too alike and also too extreme, which leads me back up to A. I think that's probably the most likely answer, and it does keep the assumption to just Mary and just this one character. So maybe more about how humans feel desperate. Number 9, I actually remember us talking about it on our packet as well. So if you go back through your packet to one of those final pages, I believe the question is on there about why she's giggling. Mary thinks she has avoided punishment and gotten away with murder. Again, it's misspelled. Fix that. Basically, she's in her mind, I'm trying to keep it very particular to this character, she has the revenge she wanted. Okay, now, because this is one point, and because this question is not asking for any type of reasoning, you would be okay with an answer that is this short. This is what she's thinking, and in her mind, she's gotten what she wanted out of it. Giggling means happy, usually. So we can assume she is pleased with her actions. All right. So just make sure too, when you're answering these extended response, that you are paying attention to those point values.